Hi, my name is Jessica Ortiz, and this is my presentation on age appropriate expectations. For my class environment, the class will be of children 36 to 48 months with a size of 14 students. There is one lead teacher and two teacher aides for this ratio of students. The class expectations include be kind, safe playing and learning, be responsible and helpful, and use adults to help. These are some play and routine expectations I have in place in my class. For our playtime, an expectation is to clean up toys, which aligns with being responsible, as well as sharing toys, which encourages being kind. Another play and routine expectation we have for a transition is wash and dry hands, which is part of being responsible and safe. This will be done a couple times throughout the day, before and after meal times, and also after going outside or whenever there is a restroom break. Washing and drying hands will be necessary. And then lastly, clean up meal plate, which is something that is expected during breakfast, lunch, and snack. And this just aligns with being a responsible student. I believe that all of the expectations are age appropriate. I have picked them all from the preschool domains according to the Head Start Early Learning Outcome Framework. The expectation of cleanup toys aligns with the domain of approaches to learning, and the goal is for children to appropriately handle and take care of classroom materials. The expectation of sharing toys aligns with the domain of social and emotional development, with the goal being that the child engages in and maintains positive interactions and relationships with other children. The expectations of washing and drying hands supports the domain of approaches to learning, with the goal being the child follows classroom rules and routines with increasing independence. And this domain and goal also applies to cleaning up the meal plate. At this age, I am really trying to get the children to understand the routines so it can be easier to do each transition. Some improvements for age appropriateness. These are changes that can make the expectations easier for the child's ages. For instance, to clean up toys, I could include images and labels of where the toys belong at each center. Right here I have an example of a fridge with different labels of different food items. And then to share toys, it can be easier if I encourage group play and also have various options of toys, or have children all use the same toy, such as in this image, all children are participating using the rainbow tarp. For washing and drying hands, this task can become easier by asking adults for help. By asking an adult for help to wash their hands, we can ensure that the children are getting each step down and really owning each step and doing everything correctly so they can do it eventually independently. And then an improvement for the cleaning up plate process is adults can clear the plate for them and then just have children place the plate in the dish bin. This will also reduce the amount of steps for them and the time. I have noticed a lot children at around the age of 2, sometimes 3 years old, they do take a while dumping out their food. They will try to make sure it is completely clean. And so we really just try to make the process a lot quicker and show that the plate doesn't have to be perfectly clean. We are still going to wash and take care of them later. My communication of expectations include verbal communication and visual communication. I plan to go over the expectations before, during, and after an activity or transition. I also plan to communicate these expectations at the beginning of the day when the child is getting dropped off. So, a quick way to communicate these expectations during drop off can just be like reminding the child, hey, you're ready to turn on your listening ears today and be a helpful friend. And that can really show what we are expecting of the child as a teacher by just giving a kind reminder. For the visuals, I have some examples of posters that I would like throughout my classrooms. I want all of the posters to have images and not only words, just because the children in my class are they're not familiar with reading. They will recognize some letters, however they cannot read the poster, so having the images will really help them understand what the words are trying to say. And then I also want to communicate the expectations with the syllabus that will be shared with families. The current communication methods I have in place are appropriate for the age group of children in my class and have been accepted with the families I serve. These methods for the children will be they will be mentioned before, during, and after activities and transitions. And I ensure that all my expectations are also communicated verbally to the parents in person and through the syllabus and weekly newsletter. I want to ensure that I promote the class expectations by following the expectations myself and recognizing the children who are meeting the expectation and going beyond them. Some changes to make the communication more age appropriate include posters with visual examples of instead of only words. So right here I have some posters of different centers so the children can understand what each center is meant to be used for instead of just having the name of the center. And then I also want to plan to have continuous communication. For example, before, like when cleanup is coming, I want to announce ahead of time when cleanup is coming so children can prepare to clean up. And then I want to announce when it's cleanup time and then when cleanup is done and what we should have finished by that time. My cultural and family alignment of these expectations. These right here on the top are the class expectation, and based on the information I have gathered from conversing with families, the expectations above align with the cultural and family values of the children in my class. Such expectations and age-appropriate modifications support the children's development in school and their community by preparing them to be respectful, inquisitive, and kind members of society.